This is Luca Di Fabio with Mundane magazine. This is another episode of our Mundane Conversations. Today we have the privilege to have with us Wells. Thanks for being with us
Thanks
today,
for
man.
having
Thanks for taking
me.
the time.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Well, first of all, let me tell you, you look great on our JP customized jacket.
Thanks.
I'd like to start with this. Let's talk about fashion a little bit. We're a magazine that approaches fashion and music at the same time, and likes to analyze the link between those two in the entertainment industry. What's your relationship with fashion in general? Do you care about it?
You do. I imagine it's kind of a subconscious thing at first when you're first entering a scene, like you're 18, 19, getting into the bands and stuff, and it's like you're looking around, how can I look different?
Right.
That's your first go-to.
Sure.
And then whatever that may be. There are things that I would wear back home that I wouldn't put on here in Nashville because everybody's already wearing them. Come out, everybody's in bell bottoms. Everyone's already got their long hair and stuff like that. I was like,
true.
dang, I'm going to have to go and get some sweaters. I'm going to have to grunge this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just do what other people aren't doing.
Very true. Very true. I like that answer. So, you mentioned home. What is home for you? What's the story of Wells as a person and as an artist?
I grew up out in Ozark, Arkansas, playing music and trying to collect as much music as I possibly could. Of course, there wasn't a whole lot of, there's no internet at the time or anything like that. It existed, but we definitely didn't have it. So, I worked at a little radio station. I went ahead and went to school for music out there, played in a lot of bands and stuff, and got a call a couple years ago. Hey, you want to come and play in Nashville? And so I came out here and got a band together.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Right.
Moved out here. It was about 2 years ago, yeah.
Very cool. So you had the project was already going on, or did you start a new thing just because you came to Nashville? Did you adjust to the scene here, or did you keep your sound, your vibe, your look?
Yeah, still pretty isolated.
Right.
If anything has changed, it definitely wasn't on purpose, but you do kind of just naturally.
Sure.
It's hard to see that objectively from my side. I started making recordings when I was about 14 years old. There was a rich kid living down the street. Whatever he was into, his parents would go ahead and get it for him. So I convinced him he was into recording music.
Nice.
And into guitar. And lo and behold, he got a guitar and some recording software, and that was my first go-around.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So then I got my first recording software that way. And I'd just been making songs my entire life from that point, regardless of what band I was in playing. And it's that work is what got me over here.
Right.
Making my own tunes, yeah.
Right. And did you think, or do you feel rather that Nashville is probably like a better fit for your kind of music? Because you do some kind of a grungy, I feel like it's pure rock and roll what you do. Because compared to everyone else, I don't think you can really pin it down.
Right.
It's definitely grungy, it's definitely 90s. But when I came to see you live, I could definitely hear some 70s influences, early heavy metal, like UFO.
Definitely.
Progressive rock, all that kind of stuff. So did you think that Nashville is probably the best place for you to be for that kind of music?
I think Nashville, especially if you're coming from anywhere in the South, it's a great stepping stone just into music in general. You're surrounded by music here.
Yeah.
Which is a really nice thing. You're not going to get that anywhere else. They don't have as good guitar shops out in LA. They don't have as good guitar shops out in. So if you're a player and love music, everyone you meet here is going to play music. It's great. As far as the scene, I don't know. I'm not in the scene. I'm in my basement. I've always felt that way about scenes. Scenes are just that, scenes.
Yeah.
So come out on your weekend, slay the scene.
Yeah.
Go back into hiding.
Well, that's interesting. I've been out in the scene, not part of the scene. I've been trying to be part of the scene, but it's you kind of have to go out there and see what's happening, see what people do, so that you can be different. You can try and be original. And I would say yes, there's a lot of rock and roll in Nashville, especially indie, oriented and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like you are very different. And my question would be, what are your influences? What do you listen to in terms of rock and roll, in terms of anything really that influences you?
The goal would be ideally just to be called a rock and roll artist, and that's because we're sitting at the helm of the culmination of all rock and roll in history.
Right.
We have all the best people for our influences. We get to have John Lennon, we get to have David Bowie, we get to have Bob Dylan, but we also get to have Cobain and Cornell.
Yeah.
And you know, and Cage the Elephant, the guys from Kings of Leon. That's just, we get the entire sprawl of it. So ideally, you're making music that echoes back to all that. You know.
Right. So what's your favorite album then?
What's my favorite?
Your favorite record?
It's the White Album.
Nice.
You know.
Nice.
I'm a Beatles kid. Grew up on the Beatles. That's my pillar of music. That's my Bach. And my Beethoven,
right,
and my Brahms. It's all three of the B's.
Oh, you like classical music then too? I love classical music.
Yeah, I don't think I'm inspired by it.
Right.
But I think it definitely clears the palate.
Maybe unconsciously, you kind of like have it in your, in your attitude, I guess.
I'm pretty specific. I like Chopin.
Yeah.
I like his nocturnes.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
The small piano pieces and stuff like that that are pretty straight-laced. I enjoy that stuff. Instead of big avant-garde, you know, like Wagner stuff. It's just like, oh, now you're creeping me out.
Oh well.
I'll listen to Black Sabbath if I want to get creepy.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's definitely something that I've heard. Black Sabbath in your especially the live set.
Yeah.
Your live set, we were talking about this after your show. Your live set is a lot harder and heavier than your record.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is a bad thing. And actually, I'd like to see your opinion on that. Is for rock and roll bands today, do you think it's a good move to be a little softer on the record so that it's more appealing to, you know, a wider audience and be like heavier on stage, or should they be just as heavy on the record? Like what do you think is you know, the best balance on that?
That's a great question.
Because I think that the record should sound more, it should sound different than the live set. At least there's an element of surprise when you go see a live band. You know, you still get like that new impression, right? But some people don't agree with me.
I do agree with you. I think, but it's two completely different aspects of the art of rock and roll. So you can go in and make a beautiful studio album. You know, make your Hey Jude, make your Big Let It Be, or whatever, and. I mean, you heard the Beatles on the Roof. It's a lot heavier. Yeah. For sure. If you'd heard them in Hamburg, in Germany, I bet they sounded like a punk rock band.
Oh, yeah.
And that would have been in 63 or 64.
Very true.
I think the nature of rock and roll is to kind of spill over the edges whenever you get it on stage.
Yeah.
So it's going to be louder.
That's a quote. That's a quote right there.
It's going to be heavy.
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
But it wasn't a conscious decision to like make the album this way and then do it live. Just naturally live, it just comes out heavier.
Yeah, right. So speaking of the record, this is it. This is the vinyl. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Is this you on the back?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Nice.
What
about the front? Is this an actual? Hold on. Is this a two?
Yeah, it opens.
Right. It's an open.
No, it doesn't match.
Doesn't match.
This is like in the backyard, and this is the front yard.
Oh, I see. Very, very cool.
That was I think the first home I lived in with my parents in Arkansas. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. When did this come out then? Last year?
Yeah, I believe so. I think it was June of 18.
Mm-hmm. And you guys have been on the road since then. You've been promoting the records. For this whole time.
We've been on the road for about 2 years now.
Oh, I see. So even longer than that.
Yeah, just to stay busy. So
yeah. What was that? What's the best and worst of being on the road for that long, really? Because 2 years is a long time. I mean, not constantly on the road, but like still 2 years.
Yeah.
You know.
I loved it.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I was born for that.
Oh, yeah.
Worst part?
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of writing done.
Right.
And so you can't. You can write poems all day, there in the van and stuff, but you're just not where
you get to rehearse.
You're not where you're not where you want to be mentally because you're concerned about things that are going to go on that evening. You can't check out and be all artsy.
Yeah.
And leave your band hanging like that. They need
Where do you even go? Like you're on a van, right?
Yeah.
I mean, where do you even go?
No.
Yeah.
You're just
nowhere. You got to do it in your head.
Yeah, we just came off of that headline, our first headline tour, and that's where we really got to see it pan out or not pan out. There were towns that we rolled into and they surprised us. You know, like Philadelphia, you show up and there's 150 tickets sold, and it's like, holy cow, we ain't doing nothing right now, so that's pretty stellar, you know. And then there were towns that you roll into and you surprise them, you know, like Vermont.
Oh, yeah,
like Burlington, Vermont. Is like, you know, it's like 6 degrees out and there's 13 people there to see you.
And it's good that you get to play in front of audiences of different ages, right?
Anybody.
Like it's literally,
Yeah, I'm there to be on
I'm sensing
stage.
that you kind of want to be like, you know, like everyone's artist. Like you don't want to be like a specific, you want to have a specific audience, like play to everyone.
No, I feel like
everyone
rock and
wants
roll,
to listen,
because you should like Wells.
Yeah.
That's what I reckon.
So let's talk about the record a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this song, Do You Know How to Fuck? Because I feel like a rock and roll record, like you can detect like a rock and roll artist from titles as well.
Yeah.
Seasons, Codeine, like Into Ashes, all these titles definitely tell you that. If you don't know what this is, you can probably tell it's a rock and roll record.
It's pretty great.
So you write lyrics and music. You're a songwriter. So you're the author of this whole record. What about this particular song? We are very interested in that.
This song, Do You Know How to Fuck, is really a lighthearted question to everybody who's out that evening. Like, do you know, do you know what you're doing?
Know it, yeah.
Because everybody out, you're all wild-eyed and crazy for it. Are you gonna not? Do you really? Because you can't expect every single person in that bar to really know what to do in those situations. There's got to be some bad fucks.
Oh, the chances, of course.
I mean, statistically, it's just not gonna pan out.
I'm just imagining you now, you going to a bar being like, do you know how to fuck? Do you know how to fuck? Do you know how to fuck? Like going around asking people if they know how to fuck.
And I really, and mostly, I guess, because I get a kick out of it. I'm kind of trolling and stuff. I would by no means purport to be somebody who knows how to fuck.
Sure.
I'm not trying to slay or anything like that. I'm just trying to play some rock and roll for crying out loud. That to me was a fun, lighthearted tune. I sent it in really expecting to have it gunned down or to just get a laugh, and then they were like, we like this, and I was
single.
Like, shoot.
Now.
Great, how am I going to explain this to my grandma?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough that my grandmother doesn't know English, so she can't read what I write. You know? Yeah.